Students, this is second lecture for 7th week of second term, and the topic for today's discussion is, here you see, friction. How to define it in a simple words? The force that opposes the motion of moving objects is called friction. So here you observe that friction is a kind of force, and we had defined force in a multiple ways, that it is an agent which actually produces some movement or stops the motion of a moving body. Okay, so we keep on learning different types of forces. Friction is one of them. So is it fine to you what is the simple definition of the friction? The force, again you read from here, the force that opposes the motion of a moving object is called friction. Okay, let's make it more clear, and let me illustrate it by considering simple example. Here you notice in figure 3.17 that two surfaces are just placing upon each other. Okay, and here you see something, that is when two bodies are being touched or placed upon each other. So why friction opposes motion? This is the query. No surface is perfectly smooth. A surface that appears smooth has pits and bumps. Dear students, here you notice that if you see here, these roughness of the surface is termed as pits and bumps. And in figure 3.17 shows two wooden blocks with their polished surfaces in contact. A magnified view of two smooth surfaces in contact shown in gaps and contacts between them. Here you notice that there are gaps and contacts, mean pits and bumps. Now the contact points between two surfaces form a sort of cold welds. These cold welds resist the surfaces from sliding over each other. Okay, dear students, mean one reason that generates friction is roughness or cold welds of two surfaces which are just placing upon each other. Next, adding weight over the upper block increases the force pressing the surfaces together and hence increases the resistance. Now dear students, this point is very important, that initially we got friction with respect to roughness of the surface. Now the role of weight is there, mean weight is something that actually presses the object, okay, and hence friction becomes more. Thus greater is the pressing force, greater will be the friction between the sliding surfaces. Okay, dear friends, here you have noted that 2 points are being there which actually give rise to friction. Let me tell you more regarding the friction. Friction is equal to the applied force that tends to move a body at rest. Okay, it increases with the applied force. Friction can be increased to a certain maximum value. It does not increase beyond this. The maximum value of friction is known as force of limiting friction, and it is denoted by Fs. S in subscript signifies static. You would be learning that there are two types of frictions. Friction is present between two static objects, which is called static friction, and friction is also present when, for example, car is moving on the road. So the rotating wheel of a car with just touching with the road surface is also having some sort of friction, that is known as kinetic friction. So there are two types of frictional forces: static friction and kinetic friction. Okay, now It depends on the normal reaction, mean pressing force, that is weight, between the two surfaces in contact. The ratio between the force of limiting reactant represented by Fs and the normal reaction denoted by R is constant. This constant is called coefficient of friction and is represented by mu. Here you are noting that this mu is actually a Greek letter, and it is, you can find frequent utilization of Greek letters in sciences. So this mu is the actually symbol for coefficient of friction. So mathematically it can be written as mu is equal Fs by R, or you can say Fs equal mu R. And as you know, if M be the mass of block, then the horizontal surface R equal mg, because R is normal force that rises due to weight. So finally we get Fs equal mu times mg. Here, dear students, you are observing the role of weight as far as frictional force is concerned, and mu is there that actually compromising between frictional force, mean magnitude of frictional force, and magnitude of weight. Here, if you notice coefficient of friction between some common materials, then you would be more understanding this relation where Fs equal some constant mu times mg. Okay, if glass and glass, two surfaces are there, then this coefficient of friction is 0.9. It means that 90% friction in response to the weight of the glass is there. Okay, dear students? And if there are two surfaces of glass and metal, then frictional constant, the coefficient of friction, is between 0.5 to 0.7. For ice and wood, it is 0.05, mean very much low coefficient of friction is there. For iron and iron, mean if two iron blocks are placed upon each other, then frictional force is 1. 1 mean 100%. Mean it is just due to the weight. Mean weight is being multiplied by this 1 equal weight of the iron block. Okay. And for rubber and concrete, we are having 60%. 0.6 as a coefficient value is means 60% of the contribution of the weight towards the frictional force. And if there are two steel surfaces are there, then 80%, 0.8. Then the tire and road, and if the road is dry, here dear students, you see 1 mean the total weight of the system is actually responsible for the friction. Okay, and here you are going to notice a very drastic difference when tire and road and the road is wet. Okay, then you see the coefficient of friction is reduced to 0.2, mean 20%. Mean it reduces from 100% to 20%. Mean 80% friction is reduced, and it's very much change occur here, and that's why in for wet roads or for wet surfaces, in things, cars and some other moving vehicles may skid over, and okay, and so these two comparisons are very important as far as appreciation of frictional force is concerned. And same goes for wood and wood, wood and metal, and wood and concrete. So dear students, this is the we can say very much philosophy that is involved, that is represented by the value of these mu's, mean coefficient of friction. So appreciation and understanding of this equation, Fs equal mu times mg, is very important. Fine. Here you observe that along with the roughness or the nature of the surface, the role of the weight is very much in very much in fashion. Okay, the role of weight is there, that actually sports are responsible for the friction. So this point is very important, and again, that's why I'm trying to highlight it again and again. Dear students, here are some illustrations of friction. You observe here tidbits. Pushing the opposite walls by palms and feet increases friction. This enables the void to move up on the walls. Okay, here you observe that this is some action stunt shown by this person, and it is only possible if the friction is there. Okay, it is not possible for frictionless surfaces. Okay, now come to this figure. Here you observe that the pushing force on this block, here this is the block which is to be pushed on right hand side. So pushing force tries to move this block on right hand side. So that's why motion is along this direction as shown here. You are observing here, and you are noticing that friction is always in opposite to the motion. Motion is along right hand side and friction is along the left hand side, because frictional force is a resistive force, or you can say it opposes the motion of a body. Okay, and here again if you note that motion means body is being accelerated, and who is the agent which is producing this motion acceleration of force. Okay, dear students, so here there is a pushing force and there is a friction force which opposes the motion of a body. And now come to here, what is friction? Here you observe that a block of mass M is being pushed towards right by the application of this force, and it is also highlighted that the surface is having some locked, or you can say cold welds or bumps and pits and bumps. Okay, mean roughness of the surface is shown here, and weight is acting downward of this block, and what is the reaction of the weight? Normal force which is equal to weight. So friction resistance to relative motion between two surfaces in contact, and the amount of friction equal roughness of the surface. Okay, number one, roughness of the surface produces the friction, and more important point is weight of the object causes the friction. Okay, dear students, so let's move ahead. Friction is having some advantages or disadvantages. Okay, so let's first talk about the advantages of friction. Number one, I just making the list. We cannot write if there would be no friction between paper and pencil. You know, the simple observation of writing is only possible if friction is there. Number two, friction enables us to walk on the ground. Number three, we cannot run on slippery grounds, because slippery grounds are having lower magnitude of friction. Next, a slippery ground offers very little friction, so anybody who tries to run on a slippery grounds may meet an accident. Okay, so this shows a usefulness of friction. Similarly, next point is it may be number 4. It is dangerous to apply brakes with full force to stop a fast moving vehicle on a slippery roads. Why? Because friction is not much there, and what is the consequence of this in applying brakes with full force? It may skid off and there may be an accident occur. Similarly, next number 5, birds could not fly if there is no air resistance. And you know, air resistance is also a form of a dissipative force, meaning frictional force. The reaction of pushed air enables the bird to fly. Thus, dear students, in many situations we need friction, while in other situations we need to reduce it as much as possible. Okay, so here we talked about some advantages of friction. Now let's move on. Now it's turn for disadvantages of friction. Friction is undesirable when moving at high speeds because it opposes the motion and thus limits the speed of moving object. Okay, dear friends, it is one of the disadvantages of friction. Most of our useful energy is lost as heat and sound due to friction between various moving parts of machine. Okay, so this is the second disadvantage. In machines, friction also causes wear and tear of their moving parts. So this is the third disadvantage. This is the third disadvantage of the friction. So we can say that friction is useful and also having some disadvantages. Now moving next, there are methods to reduce friction. Dear students, friction is useful and also having disadvantage. And if you want to reduce friction for our doing our specific work or in some system, then we can reduce friction. How? There are following ways. Okay, number one, making the sliding surfaces smooth. Okay, as I just told you, that roughness of the surface generates friction. So if you make the surface more smooth, then friction is reduced. Number two, making the fast moving objects a streamlined shape, mean fish shaped, such as cars, aeroplanes, etc. This causes the smooth flow of air and thus minimizes air resistance at high speeds. Dear students, you are noticing that fast moving objects, racing cars, simple cars, or aeroplanes, which have to move with high speed, are specially designed. I mean front their front surfaces are streamlined, mean fish shape, okay, oblong shape, so that they they possess or they experience minimum force. Okay, so this is another way to reduce the friction. Now number three, lubricating the sliding surfaces. Fine. Again, it's a very common observation that moving objects, if given some lubricating or oiling liquid, their friction is reduced. Now number four, using ball bearings or roller bearings, because the rolling friction is less than the sliding friction. Okay, dear students, that's why you observe that you frequently observe these ball bearings or roller bearings in some moving parts of the vehicle, for example, wheels, etc., etc. Okay, dear students, and here you are just noticing that another point, that sliding friction is more than the rolling friction, or you can say rolling friction is less than the sliding friction. That's why if suppose there is a block and it is to be moved on this surface, and instead if we make it in this spherical or circular shape, it can easily be rolled over. Why? Because this is having rolling friction, okay, dear students, and this is having sliding friction, and that's why you observe that the wheels and other moving parts of the objects are made this spherical shape or circular shape. Okay, just like the wheels or tires of the vehicles. Okay, let me revise what we did in this session. We actually talked about friction, and friction, like other forces, is a kind of dissipative force, which actually resists the motion. Okay, and it is useful as well as having some drawbacks. Okay, dear students, and just focus on its mathematical form. The mathematical form of frictional force equal mu, which is the coefficient of friction times mg, which is actually the weight of the body. Okay. So dear students, this is the mathematical formulation of frictional force. And then we talked about some illustrations in which force is very useful. For example, we can write with the help of force. We can walk, run with the help of force. Moving objects can be stopped by applying brakes with the help of friction. And friction is having some drawbacks. For example, friction actually dissipates energy. Friction makes the system wear and tear. Okay, dear students, and so on and so forth. And finally, we got how to reduce the friction. Friction can be reduced by 4 methods, as you just saw. Let me repeat. What are the methods to reduce friction? Number 1, making the sliding surface smooth. Number 2, making the fast moving objects a stream shape, fish shape, such as cars, aeroplanes, etc. Number 3, lubricating the sliding surface. And number 4, using ball bearings or roller bearings. Okay, dear students, this is all about out of today's discussion. Hopefully you understand it, and see you with third lecture of 7th week. Take care of yourself, and goodbye.